Howdy! You'll notice, very sweaty, very tired. Just got home from work and noticed Father isn't here, which makes it perfect timing to do some videoing. Hey Kaiba! How are you, Kaiba? You gonna say hi to the peoples? You busy mowing on your stick? Is your stick good? Yeah, stick is good? Hmm? Oh, alright. Just got this one's license renewed, so he is legal for another year. Yay! Celebrate! And speaking of celebrating, since it's Tuesday, we're going to celebrate things the right way. But first, I need to remember to open that damn blind, because that increases the chances of good lighting in here. And then next, I need to take off this shirt. It's too sweaty and too hot. Okay. You guys don't want to see that part though, so I'm not going to show you me anymore on this video, but I will probably turn around and show you Kaiba a couple more times. But as I was saying, it's Tuesday. And what do we do on Tuesdays? If you've been here before, you know that it is DOLLARAMA Draws of Destiny! I have 4 packs of Destiny today. I might grab a 5th one just to throw in at random at the end. We'll see. I gotta grab me a swig of Coke. Alright. We got 4 packs of Destiny, like I said. See how she goes. Maybe we'll go for a 5th. We did do some pretty solid legendary pulls in the last one, so hopefully we can hit some things again. I am not doing any Parry Sound packs though, and Parry Sound definitely gave us 3 of the 4 legendaries last time, so there's a good chance we might miss out, but we never know. Hopefully not. Hopefully we hit some cool stuff. Some stuff that's usable. And we have a good time. Alright, pack number 1. Let's get into the fun. Arrester's Zeal. 1 white. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Addendum. If you cast this spell during your main phase, that creature gains flying. Ooh, that's interesting. I like this addendum idea. First legendary of the day! Although we've pulled this guy a few times, but actually no, I don't think we pulled this one recently. I think it was the other one we were pulling. 1 second. Menace. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters will be put... No, that's true! We didn't pull this one yet. Nice! This one will be a good addition to our red, black, and green goblin deck that we're eventually building. First, I want to get the red-green one out of the way, of course, though. I'm slowly working on that. And, of course, the Commander Challenge deck, too. Many decks to build. Much to do. Anyways, this guy's a 2/2 with Menace for 1 black and 1 red, which is pretty solid as a starting cost. He can make for an interesting legendary commander, too. I might do that at some point. I think I've got an extra copy of him. We'll see. Anyways, put our legendary there on its side. And this is, of course, top pull. Then we'll do mid, bottom, and we'll put lands right there. Alright, continuing on, we got Anticipate. 1 in a blue. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand, the rest on the bottom of your... I like that. That's actually really cool. Rakshasa's Disdain. 2 in a blue for a kitty counterspell. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 1 for each card in your graveyard. Ooh, damn. Oh, I like that counter spell a lot, actually. That's pretty neat. Every failure, every death only makes my strength greater. Ooh. Bleak Coven Vampires. 4/3 for 3 and 2 black with Metalcraft. If this thing enters the battlefield and you can... When this thing enters the battlefield, if you control 3 or more artifacts, target player loses 4 life and you gain 4 life. That's interesting. That could be interesting to put into, say, a party deck, because warriors are part of the party. I'm going to mid that one, though. Razorfield Rhino, 6/4/4/4 with Metalcraft. This thing gets +2/+2 as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. That's not bad. Becomes a 6/6. Ooh, Massacre Girl! I've never actually pulled a copy of this before. That's sick. 3 and 2 black for a 4/4. When this thing enters the battlefield, each creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. If a creature dies this turn, each creature other than Massacre Girl gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Oh, sorry, each other creature also at the beginning. So she never dies as part of this. Nice. That is our second legendary of the day, and the first time I've ever pulled that, and that is a sick pull. I am pretty happy with that, actually, guys. This pack is solid. Sorcerer's Wand. 1 for an equipped 3. Each equipped creature has tapped. This creature deals 1 damage to target player or planeswalker. If this creature is a wizard, it deals 2 damage instead. That's okay. Cracked Skull. 2 and a black for enchantment. When this thing enters, look at the top. Look at target player's hand. You can choose a non-land card from it. The player discards that card. When the enchanted creature is dealt damage, it gets destroyed. That's pretty mean. You can do that to 2 different people, or you could do that to the same player and get a bunch of stuff eliminated at once. Merfolk Cave Diver. 2 and a blue for a 2/4. Whenever a creature you control explores, this thing gets +1/+0 until end of turn and can't be... Oh, shite. That is awesome. I really have to update my Merfolk deck. That is sick. Normally that would go down here because it's going in a specific deck, but because I know which deck that is going in, and because it's so awesome, I will top that. Orphans of the Wheat. 1 and a white for a 2/1 human from Duskmourn. Whenever it attacks, tap any number of untapped creatures you control. This thing gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature tapped this way. Nice. That's pretty sick. In the right deck, that would be pretty fun. Yeah, I'm going to put you top. Why not? Wing Puncture. 1 for an instant. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature with flying. It's specific, but it's a neat one because it doesn't actually do the fight damage, so I'm going to go top. Treetop Snare Spinner. Nice. More spiders is always welcome to be seen in decks for me. I did pull that Shelob recently, and I want to build a spider deck, so that is cool. 3 and a green for a 1/4 with Reach and Death Touch. Awesome combination. And 2 and a green, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That's definitely going top. I like it. Whirler Rogue is also going top. When this thing enters the battlefield, create 2 colorless Thopter artifact creature tokens. Tap 2 untapped artifacts you control, and target creature can be blocked this turn. Definitely a hit. Heckma Sentinels, last card of the pack. Whenever you cycle or discard a card, this thing gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Not my favorite. I mean, we got 2 huge legendaries, though. Especially the Massacre Girl. That, I think, might actually be worth a little bit of change on top of the fact that it's just insanely good to be put into decks. I'm really stoked to figure out which deck I want to put that in. I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet. Definitely going to give that a lot of thought. I might end up just building another mono black deck, even with her as the commander. Just to mess with people sometimes. It's fun. And that is definitely a fun one to put as a commander, I imagine. Second pack. Kaiba snacking away behind me. I did remember to fill his water. Okay, good. Always good to double check that. Give you guys a shot of Kaiba. Hey, Kaiba. You gonna say hi now? You gonna say hi now? Give the people at home some love? Yeah? You know the last short that you made? You got 1,000 people to look at that. That's pretty cool, Kaiba. You got a lot of people to look at your stuff. You're a good boy. You're very smart at this YouTube stuff. Aww. You gonna lay down? Take a little nap? Mm-hmm. Good boy. Can I get a kiss kiss? Aw, thank you. Good boy. Hopefully that got on camera. It's kind of hard to film yourself at the same time. What'd you do, Kaiba? You gonna go grab a drink? Or you gonna lay down? Hmm? Hopefully that's still recording well. I think the angle's a little bit off now though, so I just want to try and adjust that a bit. There, is that good? Looks good. Doesn't look like it's upside down or any nonsense. Okay, fact number 2. Coming at you. Grapple with the past. 1 and a green. Mill 3 cards, then you may return a creature or a land card from your graveyard to your hand. That is insanely awesome. Uncovered clues. 2 and a blue. Sorcery. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You can reveal 2 instant and or sorcery cards from among them and put those into your hand. The rest go to the bottom of your library in any order. Nice. Bloodlust Insider. 1 red for a 1/1. Target creature gains haste until end of turn if you tap this. I mean, it's helpful, but Ooh, Drainpipe Vermin. I think that's a new rat for me. When this thing dies, you may pay black if you do target player discards. I'm not 100% sure. It might be a new one. I do want to build a rat stack, so... Ooh, Blood Celebrant. 1 black for a 1/1. Ah, 2003. We were close. And... Pay black, pay 1 life, add 1 mana, any color to your mana pool. It's pretty expensive, but you're going to get to filter for whatever you need. In a 5-color deck, that could be pretty useful. I'm still going to put it down there, though, because it's pretty weak. No, you know what? I'm going to put you up there because your artwork is still close to the classic. Celestial Flare. 2 white. Target player sacrifices attacking or blocking creature. Yeah, okay. Traitorous Instinct. 3/1 red. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap it. Gets +2/+0 and haste. Decent. Selective Snare. X and a blue. Return X target creatures of the Return X target creatures of the creature type of your choice to their owner's hand. Oh, it's sorcery speed, but still, that's funny. I like that. Flatline. Creatures your opponents control have base power and toughness 0/1 into... Oh, shit! Okay, as much as I like that, I like this even more. That's awesome. Dauntless Unity. 1 and a white. Kicker 1 and a white. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. If it was kicked, they get +2/+1 instead. That's kind of lame. Kicker should have given you like counters or something. Leapfrog. 2 and a blue for 3/1. Has flying as long as you've cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn. It's not terrible. Frantic Search is awesome. Always good to see an extra copy of that. Phyrexian Gargantua. 4 and 2 black for a 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life. Not necessarily my favorite kind of thing, but I do like the artwork. Still, you're going mid, though. You, however, are going bottom, because I've pulled so many copies of you, and because you're red-black, that really limits you to only being played in certain decks, and I just don't use any of those copies. Just making sure there wasn't an extra card there. Okay. Iridescent Hornbeetle is our last card of this pack. 4 and a green for a 3/4. At the beginning of your end step, create a green 1/1 insect creature token for each +1/+1 counter you've put on creatures under your control. That's insane. I love it. Okay, I don't know what deck I'm going to put that in because that's just too good. But that is definitely top card material. These packs have been really sweet to us today. Pretty happy about that. Hoping to record a couple extra videos in this session before Father gets home. So that they're stored away for you guys for later. I will, of course, try and get some more Kaiba content for you guys as well. That stuff just kind of makes itself, though. He's pretty good about those. He's wandered off now. I'm not sure exactly where. Unstable Obelisk. 3 for colorless artifact that taps for colorless and pay 7, tap it to sacrifice and destroy a permanent. Not my favorite, but not terrible. Ooh, Tranquil Thicket. Nice. Doesn't count as a forest. That's kind of lame, though. Lands were going here, I said. Alright, Pilgrim's Eye. Oh yeah, we pulled this one a few times, too. You do get to put the land into your hand, which is nice, but I mean, 3 for a 1/1 isn't the best. Puppet Conjurer. 1 and a black for a 1/2 human wizard. Pay blue, tap, put a 0/1 blue homunculus artifact creature token into play. At the beginning of your upkeep, you have to sacrifice a homunculus, though. Well, that's lame. You gotta do some serious nonsense to get a lot of homunculuses then out of that. Negate is an excellent counterspell. Artwork on this one. I'm gonna give it a B, I think. It's not my favorite one. It's interesting, though. It's definitely got like a superhero sort of vibe to it. Flavor text. It is fascinating to see how the people of this plane replicate magical techniques without a natural gift. Also frustrating. Jace Bellerin. I'm assuming that's a Valdecan. It's definitely going top regardless, because Negate is just, Negate, which is awesome. Temple of Enlightenment is also awesome. Scryland. Oop, didn't mean to pull an extra one there by accident. Spoiler. Belligerent Guest, it's okay. You do get blood tokens when it deals damage, and it is a 3/2, so I mean, as long as you can buff it somehow, someway, you're going to get some tokens out of it because of the trample. I'm going to put it top. What the hell? Isperia's Skywatch. 5 and a blue for 3/3 flying. When it enters the battlefield, detain target creature an opponent controls. Until your next turn, that creature can't attack, block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. Costs way too much for that. Frostbite Snarl. Nice. Enters battlefield. You may reveal an island or a mountain. If you do, it enters untapped. I like the artwork for the Doctor Who land. That is pretty cool. Tireless Missionaries. 4 and a white for 2/3. When this thing enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. If you have a way to flicker it, okay, but I mean, otherwise, I'm gonna admit it. Fear of Exposure. Duskmourn card. 2 and a green for a 5/4. As an additional cost to cast this, you have to tap 2 untapped creatures and or lands you control. So it ends up costing you 5, or you tap 2 creatures. And it does have trample, but I mean, I'm getting a lot of ants in this pack. Shriek Diver. 2 and a black for a 2/1 with flying. Pay 1, this thing gains haste until end of turn. Zombie Bird Warrior. It's faster than we are. Draw its attention while the Ledev take aim. I'm gonna admit it. I don't like the fact that it's such a weak butt, but the flying does give me a little bit of thing. Plus, zombies means it's going to go in a deck that probably can recur it. Torch Fiend. 1 and a black, or 1 and a red, sorry, for a 2/1. Pay a red, sacrifice it, destroy target artifact. Yeah, that's useful. Snakeskin Veil, also very useful, and I do like this artwork. It is pretty nice. And Swiftwater Cliffs. Alright, well, we pulled a bunch of lands in this pack. We made up for the fact that there were no lands being pulled before. Ooh, that one's actually a Bloomborough land. Nice. I like the little bit of artwork on that extra more now because of that. Last pack of Destiny for today. Let's see if we can pull something crazy. I mean, we can't complain, really. Because we definitely hit the Motherlode in the first pack. And that second pack had some solid stuff. The last pack was meh, but see if we can end on a high note. Flowstone Cavu. 2 and a red for 2/3 with Menace, and you can pay 1 red to give it +1, -1 until end of turn. I hate cards that do that, because it's really like, hey, you can make your thing really buff, but then it can't take a hit worth of shit. So, do you really want to do that? Meh. I'm going to give you mid because you have the Menace. Otherwise, you would have went bottom. Codex Shredder. 1. For an artifact that says, tap, target player puts the top card of his or her library into his or her graveyard. So it's like a mini millstone. But also pay 5, tap, sacrifice this, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Ooh. Very useful. Ooh, we got another Soul Shriek! This card's insanely fun. We pulled this once before, and I really like this card. 1 black for an instant. Target creature you control gets +*+O until end of turn, where star is equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. But then you have to sacrifice it says bury that creature at the end of the turn, which means sacrifice it. So you're getting a really, really powerful 1 hit in, and then that creature's going to the graveyard, which if it's a deck that likes to have sacrificing stuff happening, sick bonus. Instant speed? Hell yes. I love that card. That's definitely going top. That's a great pull. Glade Cover Scout. 1 green for a hexproof Elf Scout 1/1. That is actually really, really awesome. You can put that in the right deck and buff the hell out of it, and your opponents can't touch it. I'm definitely putting you top. Abzan Battle Priest. 3 and a white for a 3/2 Outlast. Pay 1 white. Tap, put a +1/+1 counter on this. Okay. Each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on has lifelink. Ooh, that I like. That makes you go top. 2 and a white for a core soldier that has a flying and it's a 2/2. Yeah, you're going mid. Ogrehead Helm, we've pulled you a few too many times. You're going mid. Prey Upon. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. Sorcery speed, and I don't like fight as much as I like the other ones, so you go there. Zerta Swine. 3 and a red and a green for a boar that's a 5/4 with Blood Rush. 1 red and green, discard this thing, target creature gets +5/+4 until end of turn. It's probably more useful for the Blood Rush than it is for the actual put the creature into play. Assassin Strike. 4 and 2 black, destroy target creature, its controller discards a card. A little too expensive. And sorcery speed. Loathsome Catabol... What the heck? Give me a second. Loathsome Catoblepas. Catoblepas. Okay. 5 and a black for a 3/3. Pay 2 and a green. This thing must be blocked this turn if able. When this thing dies, target creature and opponent controls gets -3/3 until end of turn. Interesting. A little too expensive, so you're going to go mid. Deadbridge Shaman, 2 and a black for a 3/1. When this thing dies, target opponent discards a card. Salvage Drone, blue for a 1/1, devoid, ingest. When this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles the top card of his or her library. When this thing dies, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. So the cards just get exiled forever? That's kind of lame. Stealing's them way more fun. Olivia's Dragoon, 1 and a black for a 2/2, discard a card. This thing gains flying until end of turn. And Mog War Marshal, 1 and a red, Echo, 1 and a red, Goblin Warrior 1/1. When this thing enters the battlefield or dies, create a 1/1 red Goblin creature token. Nice. Good solid thing to end on, because I do like the goblins right now. Alright, well, that is what we got for you today on DOLLARAMA Draws of Destiny! Hope you guys are having a nice Tuesday. Hopefully mine will continue to go well. I can get a couple more videos in and maybe cook myself a nice lunch. In the meantime, in between time, from Kaiba who's taken off, and me, much love to you all. Take care, guys. Bye.